Hello everyone! So I'm back with another tutorial on how to create disgusting, gross, gnarly looking open wounds. This is directed more towards zombie makeup, which I'm going to do in the next video, and so I'm just doing this in a separate video because it has a lot to cover. Yeah, so if you're interested, keep watching. Alright, so before we start, we're going to need a couple materials. First of all, you're going to need some liquid latex. This is by Nye. I know Mayron sells one too. Second of all, you're going to need a art brush, or just a brush that you really don't care about, so that you could paint on the liquid latex and it doesn't ruin your nice brushes. Third of all, you're going to need some blood. This is Nye's Dark Blood. You can also find other ones. Just make sure it's okay for your skin because you don't want to have an allergic reaction. Especially if you're allergic to latex, you don't want to use this liquid latex. And lastly, you're going to need some tissue paper. Man, I got a little bit of latex on me. You're going to need some tissue paper. Single ply, double ply, doesn't really matter. This is supposed to look like your flesh, the layers of your skin. So you don't want butterflies and hearts on your toilet paper. Make sure that it doesn't have any designs on them. And lastly, you're just going to need some eyeshadow, some red and black to make it look more realistic. And yeah, so let's just get started. Alright, so I'm just going to start with a small layer of liquid latex. It's kind of dry actually. I think I got a dry piece. Just take your tissue paper. Just go ahead and put that on there. Rip off the, it's kind of, when you first put it on the tissue paper, it just automatically sticks to that liquid latex, so you kind of can pull at it and just rip off the parts that are not on the liquid latex. I'm just going to put another layer on just over that. And just spread it on the sides a little bit, like make sure that you blend the tissue into your skin so it looks like your actual flesh. Sorry if it's crazy out of focus right now. This is actually easier because I didn't put it like a gloop in a pan or anything like that, which I wish I did. And this is going to create what we call a prosthetic, or prosthetic. And you can actually, after you're finished and this is all dry, you can just peel it right off and reuse it, which is pretty awesome because all you have to do is, after you peel it off and it's dried, you could just add another layer of latex and then you could just slap it back on, which is pretty cool. So this is my fourth layer. I'm just going to go ahead and let this semi-dry, and then once it's pretty dry, I'm just going to go ahead and rip it and tear a hole into the latex and toilet paper, and this will make a disgusting wound. So yeah, just going to let this dry. Alright, so it started to dry a little bit more, and I can feel it. When you do this, you don't really want to do this like your fists like that, because then it will, when you open up your hand, it'll be more crinkled like that. So you want to just kind of rest your hand sort of like that, which I kind of failed to do a little bit because it still kind of looks crinkled. But we're just going to continue on so you get the idea. So you're just going to go ahead and start tearing a hole. I'm using this weird little dental device that I found. So you're just going to tear a hole. You can use your tweezers as well. Like so. See, that's a gross little gash you got there. And the next step that you're going to do is you're going to just use some foundation or so. I'm just going to use my True Match. And I'm just going to see if I can, hopefully this will match your skin tone. Make sure it matches your skin tone. It'll look really weird and awkward. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so I'm just going to use a little bit of the Scar Wax as well to blend it in a little bit more. This is by Nye. Alright, so this is how it looks like so far. It turned out okay, but I still feel like if you want it to look more like your skin, you can make the layers kind of go out less and less, so then it kind of blends in with your skin, so like thicker here and then less layers here. So, but with that, since this kind of looks crazy a little bit, I'm just going to go ahead and like add some blood and make it blend in with this. So I'm just going to play with it a bit, and then you can just see what I'm doing, alright? Alright, once again I'm just using some Nye. This is the Powder Rouge in Fresh Coral. I'm just going to use this on the outside flesh where you would see it pulling up from your skin. So, like in the inside actually, it's like the inside part of your flesh. Next I'm just going to use a red eyeshadow. Just got it on a fluffy brush. I'm just going to brush that in there. Next I am going to use a black to make it look like it has more depth. If you're looking at an open wound, the blackness would probably be on the corners here, where it gets kind of crusty. A little bit of white in the center there. It's supposed to be kind of shiny. So you see you got that nasty, gross looking wound. I'm just going to add a little bit more black. Lastly, I'm just going to add some of the blood. I know some people use Vaseline with red eyeshadow to make it look kind of like a paint. But I wouldn't recommend that because it breaks down the latex. So there you have it, a gross, gory looking wound. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned to the next tutorial where I do my crazy zombie look. See you guys next time. Bye.